Okay, so hi Phil.
Good morning,
So good morning. So Phil
or good
here,
evening for you.
you're one of our most valued clients here at Novo VA. So thank you for your continued patronage to our company. First off, I think my first question would be, before you started availing of our VA services, what was one of the problems that you experienced that we sort of helped you solve?
Well, the main reason we started working with you is we were growing as a company. Our in-house estimator really was getting to the point where she couldn't keep up with the amount of work that we had, so we needed to get somebody in to help her. And so we were looking at options, and we are really having trouble finding somebody locally that was a good fit for that. So, thought that the VA would be a good approach because it's a position that really is very compatible with remote work because most of our tools are cloud-based or online, so she can have access to everything that we do and able to work effectively remotely.
Did you have other remote staff prior to your VA?
No,
No. So
no,
this
we
is
did
the first
not.
time that you did try a remote workforce.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
how did that work out for you
It
overall?
it's been working well. We had obviously before we started working with you, we had talked to some other PureClean offices that were working with you and gave us good feedback. So,
For that?
RVA Erica does a good job for us. She's very, she has a good work ethic. She's reliable. She can do a lot of different things. We have hired her as an estimator, but she takes on other projects as we need them. She's very good on the PC. She's good with, we need a spreadsheet done or some analysis done or something. She can help us with that as well. So that works out well.
Okay, so how was the onboarding process from start to end? Did you have any difficulty, or is there anything that you'd like to highlight?
No, the onboarding process was fine. We did, went through an interview process with some different candidates that you provided for us, and that was that worked well. We did that remotely, but we were able to talk to a few different people and find the one that we thought was the best fit for us. And I think we made the right decision based on how things have gone for the past year and a half. So we've been happy with it. But the onboarding once we had the contract in place and all of the mechanics of it were quite simple. It just became a point of doing the training for her. So that's probably the one area I could do some feedback on is I'm not sure how much training they get from you guys to start, but basically, she has a kind of a basic understanding of what we do, but we really did the training, which is good that we were able to train her in the way we do things, but there's certainly a learning curve in getting her up to speed on the different applications we use and the way that our business operates.
I do agree. I think it was some of the clients I also talked to, that would be one thing that they would like to see as a value add from us was to get them more trained on the softwares that you use. So,
Right.
I think as a company, we'll start to grow by offering these training programs for free, to get them up to speed and running at the start. Because of, I think your industry is really so specialized.
It is.
They would really need a lot of training to get started, or at least to get to know what you do on a daily basis.
Sure.
So, is there any special training that you did so that she could be seamlessly integrated into your company, or was it more of a getting her involved on a daily operations mode?
Well, I think the training on the different software packages we use, I mean, she's gotten up to speed pretty quickly on how those work. We use Xactimate for estimating. We use Dash for project management. We use Mika for moisture mapping and all of that. And we've been able to teach her to use those applications. The thing that takes longer is to understand how to apply them. So, for example, when you're doing an estimate for a water claim, just kind of having an understanding of what to look for. A lot of times, the technicians are not thorough in their documentation, so it takes some experience to get to know what to look for to make sure that we're not missing anything and that that estimates are complete. So it's the basics of learning the software. That's not the challenge. The challenge is really kind of understanding the industry and what we do. We did send her for training. She got certified through the ICRC, which is the same training we send all of our water techs to, and so she was able to get the certification. But it's the thing that you're missing is really when you get out and go on jobs, you learn more about, it just starts to make more sense. The training, it's easier to apply it. And so that's the challenge as a remote employee is, if I hire somebody in-house, I will take them out on some job sites, work with the crews and see what we do. And it's a little harder for her to do that
And
as
that's
a remote
one of the
employee.
limitations
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
arrangement, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess you already discussed it. Like I was gonna ask, what was one of the pain points that you experienced in terms of remote work? I mean, it's not a perfect setup. But aside from the training aspect or the having the VA physically there for training, are there any other pain points that you experienced in the process?
I think that's the main issue is not, being be able to get out and do any hands-on kind of training. But otherwise, remotely, we have a production meeting every morning where we have everybody meets on Zoom. We have more than one office, so we all get on Zoom and our VA is on that call. So she knows everybody on the team. She interacts with them every day. During the day, she's usually on somebody's screen on Zoom or FaceTime or some application, coordinating with whatever we're doing. Um, it's just been very easy. She even has a phone extension because obviously we have an internet phone system. So she has a phone. She can on her computer. She can call vendors. She can call customers, and from their perspective, it's transparent. They don't know where she is, and so she's able to handle some of those kinds of things for us, which is very helpful.
Yeah, actually, some of our most successful clients do actually, the reason why they're so successful in having remote staff is they don't treat the remote staff like they're remote. So
Right.
they really integrate the VA into the office setting. One of our clients did actually have set up a big monitor in the conference room so that the VA could always be part of the meetings. So I
Sure.
really do appreciate clients who go the extra mile to, handhold the VA in the first few weeks so that she or he feels more assimilated into the office culture. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing that. It makes our job more fulfilling knowing that they become part of something bigger than just
Yeah.
sitting at home and working in a computer, right? That can be
Yeah.
isolating, I
That
think.
can get boring. Yeah. She's certainly involved in meetings. We also have like a group text where we just during the day keep everybody updated what's going on, and she's on that, and so she can chime in and let somebody know if she needs something or missing a photograph or missing some documentation, so she can, she's always talking with the guys. So I think she does feel like part of the team, and they all are comfortable working with her.
Well, thank you so much. This is such a lovely chat. I did think I was gonna meet you in person in one of the conventions this year. Are
Okay.
you going to any one of those, like the PuroClean convention in? Although I
I'll
think
be.
I missed that one. I'm supposed to give birth in June, so I'll
Oh,
miss
that might be
PuroClean.
tough. Yeah, because I think it's in May. Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
we will be in the Interconnect one next week by
yeah, I
Corlo.
won't be going to that. I won't be
Okay.
going to that. I will. I'll be at a convention in May. So yeah, if that doesn't work out, but when you guys are in, I think you have people at our last convention. I don't remember who I met with,
Yes.
but
Okay. Well, I did meet you there, I think.
okay.
In Gaylord Rockies, right?
Yes, yeah, I was there. Yeah, yeah,
So the reason why we attend this show is because we wanted to be more involved in the industry. And I think it's a good way for us to get to know our clients more and to get to know what your needs are. Okay, so
sure.
maybe I don't want to keep this long, but I'd like to know how your overall experience has been so far. If you could summarize your experience in one sentence, what would it be? And is there any other feedback that you'd like to give us, whether good or bad, before we end?
No, I think our experience has been positive. It's been a lot easier than I thought to integrate a remote employee into our team. That's gone very smoothly. Um, the only feedback I have in general is just, we have worked with other employment agencies, and just from a fee standpoint, certainly it's a very, I mean, from a value proposition, it works out for us. But you guys do take a pretty high fee compared to what other agencies take, compared to like what
We'll
the
take that
employee
into
managers and what you're seeing.
consideration. Yeah.
So
Thank you
just
for your
just in comparison, again, we still appreciate the value proposition, but that's just something I noticed compared to what we've seen from
yeah.
other agencies that we've worked with. So
Okay. Thank you for that feedback. I'll keep that under
yeah.
advisement. Maybe we can, do something about that. And definitely, I mean, your VA will receive the good feedback from you as well. And
Oh no, yeah, we've been pleased with
want
her.
to keep her
And
incentivized in working for us and you. And
good.
usually give good incentive. I mean, we usually grant incentives to our VA who does really well.
Good.
So
Well, I appreciate that. We
although
just want to make
part
sure
of
that
the
she's
process is work,
she's fairly compensated for what she's doing. That's what we want to make sure is she's getting able to have a decent wage. That's what we want to make sure that we're being fair. Yeah.
well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. I hope I didn't take up much of your day.
No
Um,
trouble at all, Katrina.
yeah, it
So
was nice meeting you, Phil. I hope to see you
yeah,
sometime this year, or at least our team members can, meet again. And it was always a pleasure to talk to our clients.
very good. Well, you have a nice day. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye now.